paper EL 6501, paper EL 6501, unit 4, 6501, unit 4, and lecture 6. Lecture 6. The applications of SCR. The application of SCR. The ability of an SCR to control large current in a load by means of a small gate current makes this device useful in switching and control applications. Some of the important applications of the SCR are discussed here. The first one is the SCR as a static contactor. The first application, SCR as static contactor. So for this, draw the circuit diagram. So this is your AC source, then RL, this is your RL, then first SCR1, this is your first SCR1, the gate of the first SCR1, the gate of the first SCR1, it is connected to switch. This is the switch S, this is the switch S, this is grounded, there is a one diode, diode 1, this is switch S, and one resistor R1. This is your load resistance RL, this is your A, this is your B, A terminal, B terminal, right? Now this is connected to the, again, the gate of the second SCR. This is your second SCR. This is the gate, anode and cathode, and these two terminal connected here. Again there is a R2 and diode D2. This is your R3. This is your gate 2. This is your gate 1. K2. This is your SCR2, SCR1, C source. This is your cathode K1. This is the circuit of the SCR as a static contactor. An important application of the SCR is for switching operations. As SCR has no moving parts, therefore, when it is used as a switch, it is often called as a static contactor. As a static contactor. This figure shows the use of SCR to switch on or switch off AC power to the load. Resistance R1 and R2, this R1 and R2, resistance R1 and R2 are for the protection of diode D1 and D2 respectively. Here resistance R3 is the gate current limiting resistor. R3 is the gate current limiting resistance, gate current limiting resistor. To start the circuit, switch is closed. During the positive half cycle of an AC supply and A is positive and B terminal is negative. This A is positive and B terminal is negative. So what happened? Then the diode D2 sends gate current through SCR1. Therefore, SCR1 is turned on while SCR2 remains off condition. As a result, its anode is negative with respect to cathode. The current conduction by SCR1 follows the path A RL K1 B A when the A is positive, when the A terminal is positive, A point is positive. Similarly, in the next half cycle, SCR2 is turned on. Here SCR1 is on condition. When the SCR2 is on condition, the path of the current is ARL ARL then B. Similarly, in the next half cycle, SCR2 is turned on and it conducts the current through the load. It may be seen that switch S handled only few milliampere of gate current to switch on several hundred ampere in the load RL. This is the distinct advantage over a mechanical switch. This is the B RL, and again given to the final point A. In this way, this is the main distinct advantage over a mechanical switch. The circuit works, SCR works as a switch. It is nothing but it is the SCR as a static contactor. Now we are discussing about the second application. The second application is the SCR for the power control. SCR for the power control. SCR for the power control. So for this we have again the circuit diagram is looks like this. This is the AC source, again RL, diode D1, then diode D2, and it is connected to the B terminal. This is A terminal, this is B terminal, this is our AC source. Then again there is a in between this resistance, variable resistance R. It is given to the Zener diode. It is given to the Zener diode. This is your Zener diode Z, and from here there is again diode D3, and it is given to the transformer. Again there is a transformer leads. This is your ground line. We complete the circuit. This is from here C1 and C2, and then the diode D4, and then diode D4, C1, C2, D1, D2, AC source, right? This is your load resistance RL, this is your diode D3, this is your transformer T1, right? And this is connected here, the second transformer from the C2 and D2 is looks like this. Again there is a transformer, then it is given to the SCR2, and finally this is your SCR1. This is your SCR1. So this is the figure of the SCR for the power control. The second application, it is often necessary to control the power delivered to some load such as the heating element of the furnace. Series resistance or potentiometers cannot be used because they waste power in high power circuit. Under such conditions, silicon controlled rectifiers are used which are capable of adjusting the transmitted power within the little waste. This figure shows a common circuit for the controlling power in the load RL. During the positive half cycle of the AC supply, the and terminal A is positive and the terminal B is negative. Terminal A is positive and the terminal B is negative. Therefore, the capacitor C2 is charged through the A D1 through the A D1 R C2 D4 B. This is the path. The charge of the capacitor C2 depends upon the value of potentiometer R. When the capacitor C2 is charged through a sufficient voltage, it discharges through the Zener Z. It discharges through the Zener Z. See the Zener Z, it is also connected from this terminal to this terminal. This gives a pulse to the primary and hence secondary of the transformer T2. Thus, there are two transformers. The first one is the transformer T1. The second one is the transformer T2. This turns on the SCR2 which conduct current through the load RL. During negative half cycle of the supply, the capacitor C1 is charged. It discharges through the Zener and fires the SCR1 which conducts current through the load. So this complete your SCR for the power control. Now we are discussing the last one is the overlight detector. Overlight application, HCR overlight detector. So here the figure is looks like this is your light which is given here. There is a one R1 grounded. This is your R1. From here there is a SCR. And in between this there is a buzzer. This is buzzer. This is your SCR and this is given to the ground. Here the supply is plus VCC. The supply is plus VCC. From the figure, the use of SCR for overlight detection. The resistor R is a photoresistor. So this is your photoresistor, a device whose resistance decreases with the increase in the light intensity. When the light falling on R, that means photoresistor, then there is a normal intensity, then the value of R is high enough and the voltage across R1 is insufficient to trigger the SCR. However, when R is in strong light, that means photoresistor very strong light is incident, then its resistance decreases and the voltage drop across R1 becomes very high enough to trigger the SCR. Consequently, the buzzer sounds the alarm. It may be noted that even if the strong light disappears, the buzzer continuously get the sound alarm. It is because once the SCR is fired, the gate lose all controls. That complete this chapter. You can you have one or two more applications. This you can learn with your reference book. The last lecture is our mathematical examples that we will give in lecture number 7. Thank you.